Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, being joined via Zoom with the one and only George Ferocious Kambosos, who's getting geared up in his final stages for his fight against Vasiliy Lomachenko coming up May 11th on ESPN, May 12th in Australia. George, it's been a while. It's always great talking with you, man. I always have great conversations with you. How are you mentally coming into this fight, man?
It's always great to chat with you, man. It has been a while, but mentally, I'm extremely focused. I'm sharp mentally, physically, spiritually. Every bit of me is ready for a fight, ready for a war. And I'm just motivated, man. Very excited, motivated. Had a tremendous camp and bring on May 12th, May 11th in the US on ESPN and May 12th down under on pay-per-view main event.
You fought Devin Haney twice in Australia. News just broke maybe about 30, 40 minutes ago that Ryan Garcia failed his PED test. A VADA test came back for ostarine and another drug. That might be the reason you're getting hit up like crazy, but what is your reaction to that, George?
Yeah, look, obviously, touched base on it a few times now with a couple of interviews, and look, it's crazy. It's it's a bad look for Ryan Garcia. It's a bad look for the sport. I know he's coming out and trying to say his side now, saying that he's a clean athlete and everything he's trying to say, and the elites and everyone else is doing this against him. But I know VADA. I know how thorough they are, part of the VADA testing pool, and been working with VADA for the last 4 years, and I know how they are. So to say that someone's gone and manipulated his tests, is crazy. Now we look at the 3 pounds advantage. Now we look at the failed drug test for these, certain banned substances. It's a bad look for Ryan Garcia, bad look for boxing. And if he has gone and done it, and he has obviously cheated, like I said, I've had a lot of respect for Ryan. But if you're doing that in this brutal sport where you got warriors, prepared to do whatever it takes, it's terrible. Look, it softens the blow a little bit for Devin Haney. But again, Devin Haney could have been seriously hurt in that fight. He got put down 3 times, got up, kept fighting through it like a true warrior. And it's going to be interesting few weeks.
Yeah, he has to submit his B sample. So, we're going to await the results for that. But like you mentioned, you've been in the VADA program for a while now. Explain to the fans that are wondering, like, well, how is this process? Because I know Ryan has put out too, hey, why would they allow me to compete if I had tested positive for this stuff?
Yeah, look, Ryan's just saying his argument, trying to save face right now, I believe, with everything that's going on. VADA's very thorough with everything they do. You get randomly, they come to your house, come to wherever you are, they test you. There's an A sample, there's a B sample, and it's packed away, submitted, sent to VADA, and from there, obviously, they do their testing. Now, I'm sure in a big fight like I had with Devin Haney, and obviously now with Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, the testing was quite extreme, and you're getting tested pretty much every week, sometimes twice a week. So maybe the tests that they've gone and picked up right now only got tested at a certain point after the fight. We don't know that, but we have to wait and see. It's going to be like I said, a crazy few weeks, but that's their problem, to be honest. It's really their problem. My focus is on my big fight. Like I said, I've got a good relationship with Devin Haney. It's a tough one for him because, again, it softens the blow. But again, the damage is already done. But again, I'd be looking at some kind of redemption now, legal matters. I don't know what way he's going to go about it. But if he's cheating Ryan Garcia that way, he'd be a piece of shit on that shit, man.
Mm. Have you had a chance to talk to Devin about what happened with his fight? You mentioned you have a close relationship with him. Have you had a chance to just speak with him on everything that happened?
No, look, he's kind of obviously gone offline and stuff. I know that he was meant to come out to my fight with Lomachenko. I'm not sure if he still will. But yeah, he's kind of gone offline. Sent him a message, obviously, out of respect, and head up, true champ. We all lose. It happens. But with this whole news now, it changes the game. It really does. Now, what they do next is going to be interesting.
What should happen, in your opinion, George?
Obviously, they're going to have to go through the thorough, obviously, test, obviously going through the samples now, see what comes back with the next sample, and then from there, yeah, they're going to have to go through, suspensions. Most likely, we have seen fighters for the same, positive tests with this same banned substance be suspended for 2 years. Amir Khan was one of the guys that got suspended for this. So this is going to be very interesting what happens next. Again, suspensions, no contests, most likely fines. It opens up Pandora's box if you think about it, because what happens with all the betting? I know it came out with Ryan supposedly betting 2 million and obviously cleaning up. I don't know how true that is. Social media has a lot of Chinese whispers, as we say. One thing leads to another, and all of a sudden, yep, he's betted on himself and made all this money. So who knows? But again, it's opening up a big box of shit, as we say in Australia.
Mm. Yeah, it's. I guess we just got to see how it all plays out, honestly. With that, going back to your fight with the Vasiliy, I know you got cut off, but I had asked you, George, what is at stake for this fight? If you could just let us know what is at stake in this fight. How do you see it mentally?
Yeah, look, everything is at stake for both of us. Lomachenko, we know how old he is. We know, what he's been able to achieve and what point he is at his career. And we know what point I am at my career. I'm only 30 years of age, but we know that I've been in the big fights. And this is do or die for me in my mindset. I have that warrior mentality. My focus physically, mentally, spiritually right now is a warrior ready for a true fight, whatever happens in that ring. I cannot lose this fight. And again, his mindset, he should be saying he cannot lose this fight. But again, who knows? He is, he's been in some tough fights as well. And he's had, some tough losses that mentally and physically and spiritually can affect a fighter. For me, I've always, dusted myself back up and gone again. So we know what's on the line for this fight. And my mindset is win, do or die. Whatever. It's not my problem.
Knowing that the stakes are so high, what have you done? How have you upped it up? What have you changed in order to make sure that this result goes your way on May 11th here in the States?
I've had the best preparation of my life. This preparation and this camp has been better than the Lopez preparation when I won all the belts. I have a fantastic team with my lead coach, Anton Kadushin, one of the Russian national Olympic coaches. The best sparring partners in from all over the world. I've sparred over 200 rounds for this fight. I've been preparing. This has not just been an 8, 10-week, 12-week training camp. I've been preparing for this fight since September, October last year. My mindset has just been on Lomachenko. We have studied. We have done everything, to win this fight. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm sitting here doing my compression Normatec boots to make sure my legs are fresh and ready every single day. We've done everything we can. There's no excuses, and I hope there's no excuses on Lomachenko's side as well.
Now, when you look at Vasiliy and the last few performances he's had, what do you see there as him as a fighter? What's left in your eyes of Vasiliy Lomachenko?
Look, Lomachenko, you never know what kind of Vasiliy Lomachenko can come to that ring. We saw a great performance against Haney, but again, we have studied the early pieces of Lomachenko, and we studied that Haney fight extremely. You can see there's a big difference between his early fights to the Haney fight. You saw the Ortiz fight. You saw the fights before that. We looked at the Lopez fight, the Nakatani fight, the Comey fight. We've studied every single fight of his, and you can see the certain mistakes he makes, the certain good things that he continually does. And we have worked on every bit of them. So whatever Lomachenko comes, prime Lomachenko, the best Lomachenko, 2 Lomachenkos, it doesn't bother me. I'm ready for whatever. I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter. And you can see with my eyes, you can see the way I prepared for this fight. We're ready for whatever happens in this ring.
Lomachenko is known as a supreme technician. Southpaw, uses a lot of feints. I call them busy punches to kind of hide punches that are coming behind his busy punches. But seeing that, what do you think is the best thing that Vasiliy brings into this fight with you, George?
Look, we'll have to wait and see. I haven't been in there with him. We have sat there and studied. We know his feet are great, but he has slowed up as the years have progressed. Yes, he's busy with his shots. He tries to pick his shots. We have some things that we've seen as well, but I'm not going to come on camera and give them away. But we are ready for whatever. Like I said, doesn't matter how many Lomachenko step in that ring, we're ready for a fight.
How has your coach, the new one, changed everything around this time around, and what kind of insight has he given you in terms of dealing with that Lomachenko style?
Well, you got to understand, Anton Kadushin is one of the head national Olympic coaches for Russia. When we look at Lomachenko, as much as he's professional, he's really, his bread and butter is amateur. His style is still, he fights that same style. So when you have someone that knows that bread and butter style and you have been working on it for months and months, and then you have gone and brought the best sparring partners from that part of the world, guys with over 400 amateur fights, to emulate that exact style, you know that the camp is 100%. The structure has been 100%. Every bit of it has been, no stones unturned. And, when we look back at the whole camp, I can't sit there and doubt one bit. I can't sit there and say, oh, should have done that, should have done this, like previous fights. I've been a man possessed, a man focused, and like I said, physically, mentally, spiritually, we're ready for this fight. And I hope Lomachenko is too, because the man he has in front of him is ready.
Are we going to see a different style from you, George, coming in this fight, given the new trainer that's coming in, or is it like a mix of what worked for you in the past and this new stuff?
You'll see everything. You'll see certain new things. You'll see the ferocious Kambosos of old as well. But you're going to see, a man that's possessed to win this fight. When I break it all down, he has his attributes. I have my attributes. He has his holes. I have my holes, and we're both going to try, open up as much holes of each other. But there's one thing of that, and there's another aspect of this fight: the will, the hunger, the mentality of a fighter, and how much they want this. And I want this bad, man. I want this fight bad. I want this win bad. And I've been wanting Lomachenko for a long time. I respect the guy. I think the guy is a tremendous, future Hall of Famer. But I'm coming to take him out.
Man, you've had when you look at your resume, you fought against Teofimo, you fought against Devin, now you're fighting against Vasiliy Lomachenko. Props to you for fighting these top guys. It's a hell of a CV, like the names that you have on there. Given that though, George, like Vasiliy, does he, in your opinion, present bigger challenges than those guys that I just listed, than Teofimo, than Devin, in your eyes?
On Look, paper? They're all great. They're all great names. Maybe on paper, people will look back and say, okay, Lomachenko, what he's been able to do in his career in the amateur pedigree. But when I break down the fight and I see Lomachenko, same size, if not smaller than what I am, and a guy that likes to come and fight, this is a different fight compared to me and Devin Haney. We know Devin. We know his style. We know he's big. He was a big lightweight. The way he moved, that jab, different style. Lopez, again, different style, gelled nicely with mine. So, like I've been saying, styles make fights. I believe that this fight, and again, Lomachenko has touched on it as well. Don't think we have not been watching his interviews and seen every bit of his mentality in his eyes and everything that he says on camera. But he's right in one aspect. Styles do make fights. And I believe his style and my style, and I've been saying it for a long time, and I've been wanting this fight for a long time, that this is going to be an all-time classic, this fight. I can't sit there. Sorry, I can't sit there and say that he might present a bigger challenge than Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney, or even guys before that, Mickey Bay and Lee Selby, and the guys that I beat, coming through the ranks. We're going to have to wait and see. May 12th, you never know what happens in that ring.
No, I was going to ask you. You mentioned you've been in camp since September of last year, right?
Yes, correct.
Man,
we've had multiple camps.
Yeah,
we've had pre camps, and then for the first time in my career, I was able to take 7 to 9 days, obviously with instructions, and it was the hardest thing. It was harder than the camp. You know me, and the world knows what kind of disciplined guy I am. Such a focused fighter that just loves to train. I love to be preparing. My lead coach Anthony said, I need you to take the 7 to 9 days. Just relax. You got 3 beautiful young kids, go away to the holiday house and just relax. And that's all we did. I relaxed, and I came back for the second part of the camp, the second phase, and I felt amazing. And I felt amazing ever since.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, how good, not how good, but how anxious are you to just get this done so you could finally rest and relax?
that's never crossed my mentality of I can't wait to get this fight done so I can relax and rest and go and enjoy. No, I'll get this done. I'll get the victory done, and I'll go running the next day. I'll go train the next day. I'm a warrior, man. I live by this every day. And as much as people will sit here and they'll put the little comments and it's all this Spartan talk and warrior talk, but these guys couldn't sit there and do 10 minutes of a true fighter. So we're just focused on this victory, focus on this win, May 12th, and then we'll see how many Ks we run the next day.
Now, you're a pretty chill guy, George, and for the most part, calm, cool, collective. I have seen sometimes on Twitter, you'll go at people. Just want to touch on that. Like, is it you just get bored? You just get like irritated, or?
No, I think I get bored, to be honest. I think I'm just all I do is sit there and train and prepare for battle, and then I thought to myself, I come in and out on Twitter. I got a massive. I think pound for pound, I'm number one on Twitter.
No, you and Shakur. You and Shakur, maybe.
No. I beat him already. I'm on Twitter. I've already beat him. I'm pound for pound number one on Twitter. I'm undisputed, multiple Twitter champion. Look, I just have fun with it. I can't sit there and take things too much to heart. I've learned that. The older I've gotten, I've learned that. Don't get it wrong. I'm a madman. If someone crosses me in real, when it comes to social media, I have a bit of fun with it. Got a big fan base, and I think the fans love it. I think they enjoy it, and why not have fun with it? You're in the spotlight. You got to enjoy it. But there's one way of having fun with it and being smart with it, and obviously saying, having fun and attacking someone when they've attacked me. I won't go verbally attack someone for no reason. But if someone says some negative stuff about me, then an eye for an eye.
Yeah, no, that I've noticed that. Like, you'll only respond when they say something to you, but like your roasts are
it's an eye for an eye. I've always been like that. It's an eye for an eye. I'm not going to go out there and attack someone. I've got too many other things going on. I'm too focused on my training and other things that I have going on in life, and being a father of 3. So what, I'm going to sit there and start trouble with everybody? No. But again, if someone comes at me and I feel like, what, I'll give them a little bit more time. Well, it's an eye for an eye.
All right, George. Hey, on an ending note, in your personal opinion, what makes a difference in this fight, given the age of Vasiliy Lomachenko, given that, the body attack that Devin had against him seemed to work in the fight? To you, though, in your opinion, when you look at it, what will make the difference? What makes a difference in this fight for you?
Yeah, look, we have a tremendous game plan. We have multiple game plans. We're going to have to wait and see on May 12th what makes a difference. But I know my heart, my willpower, and the focus I have and the camp that I have had for this fight is going to make an extreme amounts of difference. I can't sit here and talk about age and stuff. That's something we're going to see in the ring. That's something he might feel in the ring. But for me, I'm prepared for the best Lomachenko, come inside that ring, and he better be prepared for the best Kambosos he's ever had in that ring.
When the judges read this or turn in the scores, when the announcer announces the decision, is it going to be, George Kambosos via unanimous decision? Is it a close fight? Like, how do you picture in your mind?
Victory. That's all I see. I've manifested. I see the victory. I see them calling my name and winning this fight. I have a vision of the stars have aligned, and the way this whole preparation camp and the way the fight has just a victory. Whatever way, that's to come. But for me, I'll focus on the win.
All right. Hey, man, I look forward to this fight. I'm actually really interested to see how you're in his style mesh in there. Like,
fight.
All right. Hey, George, man, as always, good seeing you. Good chatting with you. Always appreciate the time. Hope to see you come to the States sometime soon, so we could talk in person as well. But hey, man, thank you for the time. Always appreciate it, my man.
My pleasure. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. That is George Kambosos. Fights Vasiliy Lomachenko coming up May 11th on ESPN here in the United States, May 12th in Australia. George, thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.